What is up, everybody, and welcome back to episode, I believe, 31 of Hell's Newsletter. Uh, Today I
Yeah.
just want to preface this. Oof and I are a bit feeling kind of shitty. I'm a bit under the weather. Oof's got like a pounding headache. So today's episode is going to be probably a little short, but it's on a very important topic in the creator space as podcasters, as content creators, and just, in general.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think honestly, this issue should be touched on more in and well, I think paid attention to more. Because I feel like a lot of creator safety is just blown over, which is what we're going over today.
Absolutely. And for those wondering, the topic is basically content creator safety. And I will admit, this idea actually kind of came on a few days ago. I was scrolling around on Twitter and I saw a creator kind of post about how their stalker had basically they had charges pressed against them and somehow, restraining order, and somehow that person got back to their house.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
I mean,
right.
I will say that's just like one instance of like creator harassment and endangerment and so forth. But
Yeah, I was about to say I've heard countless stories.
oh, same. I honestly have lost count at this point. And I mean, that even goes for smaller creators too. I've heard things from like friends and shit about like people just being weird as fuck on the internet and just like actual threatening things.
Yeah,
Uh,
true.
and yeah, I mean, when it comes to it, like with creator safety at least, like I don't know. Personally, I'm not a big creator yet. Like, I'm starting to get there, I feel like slowly. But it's something I even consider for myself as well. Because, like, I have no issue people knowing what city I live in. And the reason being is I live in San Francisco, like the Bay Area.
Right.
Overall, I think we
Okay.
have, like, what, 6, 7 million people in the Bay Area alone. And in San Francisco, we have 1 million. So it's like, good luck fucking finding me, number one. That's not a challenge.
Right.
Please don't. Um, Yeah, sorry, we're kind of rushing through this a little bit just because we're a little under the weather, but yeah.
Uh,
It's just kind of when it comes to it, I feel like it's something that I feel like a lot more creators, especially non-male creators, should be like prepared for,
yeah,
and also just
very
more aware
true.
of. Because like I will say, like I'm not saying male creators don't face problems like this because it happens, but it's not that
It's
as
just more
common.
likely.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not as
It's
common to
just
happen to a male creator as it is to happen to like anyone who's not male.
correct.
Like if you're not a cis dude,
Um,
you're gonna face a lot more hate.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I mean, if you're
for
not a
sure.
cis white dude, you're gonna face more hate than a cis white dude would. This is coming from a cis white dude.
Oh yeah.
Nobody fucking talk to me about that shit. I will shoot you
Let
down
me
so
tell you.
fast.
I have a meme somewhere in my I think it's synced from my old OneDrive. I don't know remember where I found it, but I found a meme of me smiling at the camera with with a hard R over my head in
Oh
meme font.
no.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a thing.
So yeah, and I understand. Listen,
Was that
I
from a
I
Twitch chat?
especially I don't remember where it was a picture. So like,
No, no, but was it like a picture from stream, like a Twitch chat on it?
oh, I don't remember where I found it. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie. It could have been Reddit. It could have been anything, honestly.
Oh, but like someone else made it.
Yeah, I know it wasn't. Well, it obviously wasn't me.
Well, I mean, it could have been like a friend or something. I don't know.
Yeah, see, you would have thought that, but no, no,
Well, you never know is the
no.
thing. It could be blatant racism or it could be a friend doing something stupid.
Yeah, and I was about to touch on your point, but what you were saying before, I don't care that people know I live in Tampa. All right,
Yeah.
Tampa's very, again, Tampa's a very broad city, but like if you live in somewhere like a specific area that people don't really
Lancaster,
necessarily know,
Michigan.
so somewhere like exactly somewhere like out in like if you live
In
in
a rural area. Like, if your town has
juxtaposition if
less.
you yeah, if you live in Juxtaposition, Montana, you probably shouldn't be saying your town name out loud.
I'm going to say this right now. If your town or city has less than 500,000 people, just don't. Don't fucking risk it. And 500,000
Yeah.
people seems like a big number, but you got to remember on the internet, people
Nah,
are deranged and crazy enough to fucking hunt you. Like, it has happened.
it's true.
Like, I mean, I'll say this right now with the for those who know the creator Amaranth. And first of all, no, we're not dealing with any we're not dealing with any hate. All right, she's a fine person. Fuck you all for being pieces of shit to her. Um,
Yeah, honestly, okay. Real quick on that. If
yeah,
you guys hate on Amara, just based on what she does as a streamer,
leave the
at least
podcast.
now
You're
it
not
makes
welcome
no
here.
sense. It just makes no sense, bro.
I mean, even
Because like
before, like, I will admit, the abuse was
even
horrible,
before I
but
get
like,
it, right? But we all didn't know, we didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. But until when we did, your first reaction should be, "Oh shit, that's fucked up."
your
But a
first
lot of
reaction should
reactions was
be
like, "Oh no,
A,
she was
is
just
she
doing it for the
safe?
money."
Yeah, your first reaction should be A, is she safe? Is she okay? And your second reaction should be fuck that guy, not her.
Yeah,
That's what
a
it
lot of
should be.
these fucking Twitter kings have been like, "Oh no, this is false information. She was just doing this all for the money. That's why she'll continue to do it." And
Also,
it's
the
like,
whole thing
bro,
about it is, even if she was, so fucking what? It's a job. I
hey,
have a
so
job.
fucking be it. 15,000 people will still show up.
Yeah.
How many
Well,
people
no.
show up to your
But
fucking
here's the
stream,
thing.
bro?
Here's the thing. When it comes to like sex workers as creators, here's my favorite fucking argument about this. People always be like,
Mhm.
"Oh yeah, they're just using their body for money." Bitch, you work in fucking retail or construction. The fuck do you mean?
Yeah, it's essentially the same thing.
It's the exact same thing. Like you're still using your body. The only difference is she'll be able to run when she's fucking 60. You will not be.
But yeah, back to what you were saying.
Yeah. I mean, just when it comes to it, like there's thousands of different like things and like there's thousands of different like creator stories out there of shit happening. I mean, like the reason I brought up
Mhm.
Amaranth was because during that whole situation, I was at TwitchCon 2022 and I remember seeing a story about how uh like there were cops called to her hotel room and shit like that. And it was just like it's insane to me. Like
Oh yeah.
it's insane to me not only that it happens because it shouldn't, but it's also just
Mhm.
the fact that like so many small creators when they jump into this, they either A have no idea what they're getting into or B they're not prepared for it. Cuz I mean,
Right.
there's a few small creators who've gone from, being people with a couple thousand followers to overnight having 100,000. And they're not prepared for it. I mean, I'm going to preface this. This is not hate towards any of these content creators, but take people like, from the Dream SMP. Quite a few of those guys are people who had like, a couple thousand, 10,000 followers, and overnight they
Yeah.
had a few 100,000.
Yeah, it's true.
They were not prepared for that in the goddamn slightest. I mean, none of that group was.
Goddamn.
Like, again, all due respect to them, I'm sure they're all fine people. I don't watch their content, but none of them were prepared for it. And I mean, so many of them handled it
Yep.
so poorly, just gaining that much popularity that fast. Like it was handled really poorly on almost all of their accounts, and it's just like the fact of the matter was like people went after, tried to dox their fans, harass them because they didn't know how to respond to it, and they just didn't know, like they didn't expect people to do that to them.
Right.
Like I mean, there were people trying to leak the faceless ones for a while, and I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, guys! Like I'm I'm not a fan of theirs, but leave them alone.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah, like fucking leave Grinch alone. But I mean, it's stuff like that, to be honest. Like, I don't know. What's your opinion on it?
To be honest, here's the thing. On there needs to be a boundary established. People need to better understand parasocial interactions, right?
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
not just even relationship, but just the interaction itself, right? People need to know that the streamer is, sure, you are a viewer of the streamer, right?
and they'll talk to
But
you
that does not,
sometimes,
and they'll talk to
but
you,
you're not
right?
their
And if you
friend.
come in there often, exactly. If you
Like,
come in there often enough, you can become a known viewer. However, here's the thing, that does not mean A, you're their friend, B, you know anything about their personal life because you don't. um and just things like that. I see a lot of people that just assume after they talk to this big streamer for a month they're just their friend now and they'll start playing games. It's like, no, that's not how
no,
it works.
no, it's not. And I mean, the way it's gone is like, I've seen some actually like large content creators, like, start to recognize, like, a viewer when they come in. Um, and it's like at
Right.
that point, like, that, like, take this however you will, I really don't care. But this happens a lot with men, because
Yeah.
if a streamer who's femme presenting starts to recognize them and so forth, there are men out there who will just immediately assume that it's like, oh, like, she wants to be friends with me, or they will take that fucking image, is this a dating site, referring to Twitch, and turn that into a fucking reality.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying that stuff like that isn't possible. It is possible to become friends with the creator. It is possible to, like, have that happen, but that's not
Mhm.
normal. It's not something that is going to happen. Like,
Yeah, and
there's
it's
been a few
something that
cases of where I've heard of it happening, but
yeah, of
it's
course.
not impossible. It's not at all likely, and it's not going to happen with you.
And you should not put that on the streamer. You should not blame that on them, right?
Exactly. That's on you.
Because
Go get therapy.
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, they do not have time. It's like I think I used to call it like the big creator complex. You will never, a creator that has over like 200 100,000 subscribers or something like that will never be able to meet each and every one of them.
No, no way.
Never.
They could try as
Never.
much as they
It's
want, but it's
just too many.
impossible.
It is physically just too many people. Even if they wanted to, they could
Yeah.
not. It was just not possible.
Like, I've heard of creators like wanting to do that, but it's physically impossible.
Right.
They have to spend every
Well,
waking
that doesn't
moment of their
mean
lives traveling and meeting people.
it doesn't mean you can't be involved with your community at all. No,
Yeah.
of course you can do things with your community, do things with the people that enjoy watching your stream. However, you need to know there needs to be
A boundary.
there needs to be a line, right? There needs to be a point where you draw the line, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. And I mean,
Um,
I will say, when it
Go
comes
ahead.
to it, it's like, if you know me, like, if you know me as a creator, I hate the word viewer. I don't like to call people that. So I
Right.
use the word community. And I mean, I guarantee you there are people who will agree with me in that is a dangerous preset. It's something that could fuck me over in the future. Um,
Right.
because it is the stasis of a parasocial relationship. It is possible. But the reason I hate viewers, the word viewer, is because at the end of the day, at least in my opinion, and this kind of goes hand in hand with creator safety. I like I like people to know that I'm no more than they are. So, like,
Yeah.
for example, if, say whether I have 1,000 like followers or whether I have 100,000, I am no more than any one of those people who's watching my content.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, any content creator is a human being,
Yeah, like, it's the same as
right?
like
If
actors,
I
actresses, and all that shit. Like, they're all the exact
Yeah.
same people. Like, they're no different than you and I. And I mean, the one thing about it is, like, so this is a way I like to explain it when it comes to like parasocial stuff. You're not gonna run up to a stranger, talk to them 2 times, and immediately assume that they're the best of friends to you or that they want to date you. So why would you do that with
Yeah.
any other normal person, like a creator?
That would be like literally going up in a restaurant, right? You see someone having a conversation, you just sit down at the table and you're like, oh, I want to join in. It's like, no. That's
Like,
how
not
this
a
works.
single one of you is gonna do that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody ever gonna walk up to a random table at a restaurant, sit down, and be like, "Hey, I don't know any of you guys, but let's chat." So why would you do that to a
Like,
creator or an actor or an actress?
Exactly. Right.
Like, I get being fans of a person. I get that. Don't get me wrong. Like, I get it. Like, when an actor brings like a character you love to life or something like that, or just like someone you really admire, I get that. So, like, don't get me
Right.
wrong. I understand. But at the end of the day, they're the exact same. Like, they're the exact same as you. All right. They're just a regular person. All right. They can make mistakes. They like things can happen. They're no different than you or I. Like, I mean, people
Yeah.
are
For
people were
sure.
talking about this recently. I mean, this goes more into like Hollywood than creators, but the same applies to them since they're also celebrities. Uh,
Oh yeah.
with the release of The Last of Us, they're talking about season 2 already, and a bunch of people are already saying, "I pray for whoever the actor of Abby is." And I never played the second game, I will admit. But Joel, I'll say spoilers here if you haven't played it, even though at this point I'd be surprised if you hadn't. Uh, Joel gets beaten to death at the golf club by a character named Abby. And, tons of people hated that. Absolutely, like, hated it. But I mean, it's a
Oh
fucking
yeah.
apocalypse. What do you expect? People are going to die. All right? Fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
Um, but the voice actor for Abby got like death threats and hate for months over that.
That's ridiculous. Like
Right?
that's
No, literally.
over.
Like,
I understand an attachment to a video game character, but that's going way too far.
well, here's the thing. I understand, like, being upset with how a game plays out or how, like, what a character does to someone else. But at the end of the day, they're a fucking character. Like, I'll admit, I played
Right.
Detroit Become Human. Like, there's some shit in that game that I was severely ticked off about. Why? Because it involved characters that I loved. Did I ever have a single thought of going and harassing one of the voice actors or body actors in that game? Fuck no. Like, they're
Yeah.
all lovely people, even if they may have played a character who is a piece of shit. And I mean,
Oh yeah.
secondly, like, when it comes to it, it's just at the end of the day, it's that. Like, they're real people behind it all. And I mean, the same thing happened to fucking Chris Pratt, who plays um fuck, what's his name?
I can't remember.
Star Lord.
Star Lord. Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
He plays Star Lord in the MCU. And I mean the same thing happened during Infinity War. When like, after like the news had broke that Gamora was killed, the guy had lost everything and he flipped out, started punching Thanos, which allowed him to get free.
Right.
The guy received death threats
Yeah.
over that.
That's ridiculous.
Like people were literally like fucking yelling at him over something that he didn't even have control over. The writers wrote that. So if you want to be pissed at someone, be pissed at the writers. But I mean, you shouldn't be pissed at anybody.
Yeah, I was about to say at the same time, there's no reason to be pissed off at anybody.
It's a
That's
fucking
just how they
story.
wrote the fucking story, bro.
Yeah, like it's a fucking story.
Like I understand if it's badly written, but to be honest, maybe The Last of Us, like if you want to use The Last of Us 2 as an example, right? Maybe they could have placed his death a little better, right?
Yeah, I mean, like
They
there's
could have
different
had him die
ways.
another way. But at the end of the day, they spent the fucking 700 or $7 million to develop it and make it in this game to give it to you.
You
God
could have
damn
just
it.
not had it.
All right. I understand if the game is bad, but if it's not, don't shit on it.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, it's like the thing about it is with The Last of Us, like despite all the death threats and everything, when it comes to the way they wrote it, they like I
Hmm.
don't care what people thought of it because like people were saying, oh, it's bad, like the way they killed Joel off was stupid, and I'm just like, actually, it was pretty brilliantly done. At first, when someone had explained it to me, I thought it was pretty stupid myself, but then a friend of mine,
Hmm.
SJ, had actually brought up the point that it was realism, which was a really
Mm.
good point. Like,
Right.
it's an apocalypse. People have kind of lost their minds. They're like they're becoming monsters. So they held the guy down and beat him to death at the golf club. Like, I don't know what he did to wrong them, but like it's not poorly written. I mean, Glenn went out the same way in The Walking Dead. Not the same way,
Right.
but relatively close. Like,
Yeah.
they no one had really done anything at that point, and then all of a sudden, fucking barbed wire bat to the head, he was gone. Like,
Yeah, and that was it.
yeah, it wasn't a noble way to go out. Like they teased his death throughout the seasons in like more noble ways than that. But like when it comes to it, that wasn't a noble way to go out at all. Like the guy just got beat to death while he was surrendering on his knees. See, he went out pretty
Yeah.
similar to how Joel did, and it's like that's the thing. It's realism. Like not every character
Hmm.
has to have this heroic burnout, just like dying in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
and no one who plays said characters have to, deal with death threats. Same with like content creators. Like, hell, there's some series that I'm writing at the moment, and I'm just like, I know they're not going to be like hella popular or anything, but like there's some fucked up shit that some characters do, and I don't want anybody who voices anyone to those to get like hate.
Yeah, no. They shouldn't.
Exactly, they
It's
shouldn't.
like it's interesting how we have a double standard with things, right? Because take I can't remember the name of the movie. The Django Unchained. All right?
Oh yeah,
Leonardo DiCaprio said some pretty despicable shit in that fucking movie. But
never
we
gets called out for it.
know because he is an actor. It's crazy how these things work. He's an actor and he is in a movie that has a script in which he reads off of. It's crazy these things, right? But and no one gives him shit about it because he did a great fucking job. A
Yeah,
great fucking performance.
yeah, and I mean, I actually have a great example relating to that. Um,
Mhm.
this is back in high school, actually. Uh, we were watching a film that I think it was based on the civil. It was the Civil War. It was about the first African American battalion
Oh,
that was
okay.
allowed to fight in, or no, yeah, wait, yeah, Civil War, my bad.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, it was about the first African American battalion that was allowed to fight. And like in one of the opening scenes when they introduced the whole battalion, like this general, the white general walks up, and you just immediately hear him like something something or other orders, and then says the N word, like hard R, calls them all that, and I'm like, oh, like okay, obviously, it's a little uncomfortable, okay, like I get that.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's not, it's real, it's realism, like it happened, but like but it's a little uncomfortable to see. I can understand that not everyone wants
Of
to re-see
course.
that.
Right.
um but it really happened. But one of these kids in my class, he's a fucking idiot, but he brings up, he's like, yeah, that's fucked up. That guy shouldn't have said that in the movie. And I'm like,
The
are
guy
are
shouldn't
you
have said
kidding
it.
me? No, yeah, he was like, his whole thing was like, oh, that guy
Uh,
shouldn't have said that in the movie. And I'm just sitting there thinking, are you joking?
yeah, bro.
Are
It's
you
a
fucking
fucking
joking right
movie.
now?
He has a script, bro.
I mean, he has a script, but like, dude, it it's a movie about what these actual real living people like 300 years ago endured and got through, and they became one of the most decorated battalions out there, I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Yeah. I was about to say.
Like
It's
I'm
also
almost 90% sure that they were one of the like most decorated in the entire country's history.
yeah, I'd have to I was about to say I'm gonna have to do more research on
Robert Smalls.
that. Gotcha. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird to me.
It
It's
is
weird to
weird.
me how we kind of just flip flop here and there.
Yeah. And I mean, I will
What's good
admit,
and what's not.
it's really interesting how there's a double standard about over around creators in it too. Like, if a
Yeah.
creator calls out something that makes them uncomfortable, oh god, there goes my controller. Where did it go? I lost my hand. All right, there we go. Hands back. But it's interesting how there's a double standard out there for creators, and I'm going to call a few people out here. For
Mhm.
example, say when a creator calls out something that makes them uncomfortable, a bunch of people will like, call them out or be like, oh, that's fucking stupid. Just fucking like be better or something. I'm like, what? There's something like that. And then there's
Right.
people like PewDiePie, who, for those who don't know, years back, while playing PUBG, shot some dude and immediately said, "What a fucking," and then N-word with the whole ER on the end of it. Like on a
Indeed.
live stream. And that was barely talked about. He got like a little bit of shit for it, but outside of that, nothing.
No, he got actually hella shit for that.
Did
A
he?
lot
I
of his
saw almost
sponsors,
no
yeah.
complaints.
No, he got a lot of shit for that.
Okay, good, deserved.
But there was also some shit after that though. Here's the thing. Here's the double standard again, right? Sure, that did happen, and he should properly be reprimanded or whatever.
reprimanded, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Um, but right after that, there was instantly a news story on him about how he is this crazy neo-Nazi and how he
Yeah, that
hates
I
Jewish
remember.
people.
Because that was just
Like
libel, right?
what?
Because that
Huh?
was just libel,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah.
not true, obviously. But like,
I was gonna say,
what?
we know he's not a
Where even?
neo-Nazi.
Why do you even start that, bro? Like you're already making a bad situation worse. Does not help.
Yeah, like I'll admit, for the clip, deserved. The whole thing was like, he needed to be called out on that shit. He's not a neo-Nazi.
Correct.
Like, he said a slur. It's serious, but it's not, Hitler serious.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Two very different types of serious there.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like people don't separate that. And that's a really big problem.
They don't.
That's a real big problem. And Oh, and by the way, if you're a creator and you have beef with another creator,
Keep
if
that
you
shit to DMs.
if you ever dox somebody online because you're having beef with them, you should go to jail.
No,
you
deadass.
should go to jail.
Like, that is a crime. That is a literal crime. But it's like, it's not even that. Like,
do not do
if
that.
you're even, like, I'm going to tell you this right now. This is one of the most solid pieces of advice you're ever going to get in this fucking shit. If you ever have beef with another creator, take it offline. Do not go out and post about it. Do not fucking make it some giant fucking internet drama, because nobody cares and you have no fucking right. I have had plenty of issues with people I know and other creators. Never once have I gone out on social media to attack them. If they do it first, I am more than prepared to drag stuff into the open. But do not, as a first response, pull that shit. Like,
no.
Unless it is some really bad creator, like, you found out they sexually assaulted someone or something like that. Then,
sure, that's different.
Yeah, right. That's different is what I mean. But, like, if you have an issue with, it's like, oh, you guys got into a fight and they said something that hurt your feelings, something like that. Don't be a bitch.
Honestly.
Like, talk it out in DMs.
Oh, do not be a bitch.
Like, I've had multiple friends, creators and not, stab me in the back on the internet. And I mean, you'll never see a post about me fucking throwing anything out there. Even when an old friend.
No, there's no reason. Hey, here's the thing though. It is such a waste of fucking time, bro.
It is.
It is just a waste of time and a waste of energy. Like there's
a waste of your
drama.
Time.
Exactly. There's a drama going on right now, right? And I'm gonna quote unquote drama this because it is honestly just baffling, the responses that are going on here. So Critical, right? You know Moist Critical, of course, right?
I know the name.
He's like he's Penguin Zero. He's like, hey guys, what's going on? Very unedited videos, covers all drama, that sort of thing.
Fair enough.
Do you know LuciKOH?
No.
Probably. Oh, you've heard his name before. So LuciKOH is a very controversial creator.
No, I remember this because I saw him on Twitter a little bit back. He said something stupid and a bunch of people were like, go back to watching your girlfriend get like cuck you or something like that.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing, Lucy. I was there on the stream when it happened, okay?
Yeah.
This is what happened. LuciKOH was talking shit about Charlie, right? Charlie opened his stream, live on stream, on his own stream, told everyone in his chat that because there was a bunch of Sneeko fans coming over, right? He told everyone in his chat, get Sneeko to get on the stream. And he literally said, go back to watching a girl get fucked by other men. And Sneeko had zero response.
Because he doesn't have anything to fight against. Get fucked, bitch.
And then at one point he joined the stream to like respond and flex on him for like 2 seconds. And then he said, oh, you're lame. And then left.
Sorry that your girl can do better than you, Sneeko.
And left. Like, what is happening, bro?
No, honestly.
And then a day later, I believe, he calls him out on Twitter again, being like, oh yeah, Moist Critical is such a bitch.
No, yeah, and that's the tweet response I saw. Cause like for some reason,
yeah, I was about to say you.
I don't know who retweeted or liked it across my page, but like it got to my page somehow, and that's when I
probably liked it.
It might have been you, yeah. But like it, all I know is it ended up on my page. I saw a response that would just said like, go back to like watching your get fucked by other dudes, and I was like, what the fuck is this even in
coward?
No, because I only saw the reply, and I'm thinking, what in the literal fuck is this a response to? So I click on it, and it's this Sneeko guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, Sneeko is not a. I don't know if you really know who Sneeko is. He's not a good guy.
Not a clue, but
not good.
Fuck that guy.
Okay. So for context, Charlie could not play the audio nor the video of his stream, because he was constantly calling him homophobic slurs, and his chat was filled with both racial and homophobic slurs. So,
bruh,
you could kind of see the type of environment we got going on over there. You know,
racism and homophobia.
They're the type of people to think that Andrew Tate is a god. So
lovely. I'm glad that dude's in prison.
Yeah.
Complete side note. Have you been seeing the tweets that like he's been having somebody post from? That man is losing it.
It's so funny.
And then
right under that, I love seeing it because the algorithm knows my humor, right? So it'll show me his tweet, and right under that, it'll be like Andrew Tate's fifth appeal gets declined.
No, honestly, it's the best thing ever. It's like, so funny to me because somebody retweeted one of his tweets with like the quote tweet that said, "Mance is fucking losing it in that cell," and it was this whole Twitter thread of, "You've never been able to fly, have you? How do you know you can't? It's because you've never fucking tried." And it's like this whole thing about like, I'm the alpha dog. You better believe that one day when you see me flying or some shit like that. I don't remember what the exact words were, but this dude just goes on about legitimately being able to fly, and the reason that nobody's done it is because we've never tried it. I'm like, this dude is literally...
Andrew, try it. Please try it.
No, honestly, this dude is literally losing...
Try it at your local bungee jumping place, maybe.
No, your local skyscraper, please. But no, honestly, that man is losing it in that cell, and I'm loving every second of it. Oh, fuck that guy. Yeah. What a piece of shit.
For those of you that don't know, Andrew Tate has had allegations of we'll call them allegations for now, right? Nothing is proven yet. We haven't gone to trial. Right?
True. Human trafficking.
Human trafficking, yeah. Yeah.
I believe one victim was declared as a false account, but the other 3 still have solid cases.
Right. So
not 100%.
I guess we'll see what happens.
I hope they put him away. Straight up. For those of you who don't know who he is outside of that, basically just imagine women hater, misogynist, racist, complete alpha dog, like really stupid fucking Shad.
He's the guy that talks like this and really has to break it down to really explain to you.
Yeah, he's the bald dude with stubble that looks like he's the bald dude with stubble.
And spread his legs as far as
looks
possible.
Like he's in his 80s while somehow being 30.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
He's also, and this is one of my favorite insults towards him, he's also that guy who manages to look gay as fuck no matter how many girls are around him. And I mean, it's not really an insult, it's just like, you know, the dude could be sitting in a bed full of like 10 girls and he would look like he was into guys. And it's so funny to me.
be honest, he just looks uncomfortable wherever he thinks he's
The
in
dude
this
looks
dominant
uncomfortable
pose,
existing,
but
and
he
it's
just
so
looks
funny.
uncomfortable everywhere he goes. He just
Yeah.
looks like he's tensing the whole time.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
dude. The
dude,
photo of him getting
you need to
arrested
calm
looks so
down.
funny.
Oh my god.
Look up the photo of
So
Andrew
like
Tate getting
the,
arrested.
the hand of power. Yes, he's so loyal as he's getting carried away.
Somebody's got to do fan art of like God himself grabbing Andrew Tate by the neck. Just come here, motherfucker. Nah, send him down to me. I'll put him in the 13th ring of hell. We'll never hear from that fucker again.
We won't. We won't. But yeah. Here's the thing though. Back on the topic of
Yes.
creator safety. Here's the thing about again I guess something as the individual, right? I think another big thing is a lot of viewers like to push their creator to do a certain thing, right? Like or play a certain game, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Now if the streamer asks for it, sure, I could see it as a great thing, right?
But never
Getting to
push
play
them out of
games
their
that your
own will.
community wants to see. Yes, don't push them to play a game, please. Don't you can ask them and be like, have you ever heard of this game before? It's pretty cool. But
Yeah, like
don't be like, can you play it? Can you play it? Why don't you play it? It's a good game. No, stop.
yeah, no, like I've had a few people ask me like if I've heard games and if I could play them before, and I've been like, hell yeah, this looks kind of cool, I'll do it. And then there's other games that people have asked me for like 8 fucking times, and every time I've told them, yeah, I've tried it, I'm not a fan of it, and they still ask.
Same thing. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I won't. I'm still delaying on watching My Hero.
I haven't watched a single I've watched maybe one episode in season 4 randomly because my
fair.
friend put it on. But it's because when it first came out, my friend, one of my friends at the time, way overhyped it for me. They bought all entire My Hero gear, backpack. They would talk about it 24/7.
I mean, it is overhyped.
It was, I mean, I get liking something, but like trying to shove it down my throat, that's the worst possible way you could convince me to do something.
The worst way to do anything. And I mean, I'll admit, like, you know, it's overhyped as shit, if I'm being honest. The anime it's not bad, it's not good. It's like, it's average, I'd say.
It's just mid?
I'd not say above mid, I'd say closer to average.
I've
like,
heard,
here's the
I
thing.
was about to say,
They have great action
from one of my
sequences and
friends,
stuff, but the fact that like one school year takes 4 fucking seasons,
Yeah.
like there is like approximately 1 to 2 arcs per fucking season, and it drives me insane. And they
Which
learn
is
nothing.
nuts to me. Which is nuts to me because then I know this is a terrible example, but then you look at something like SAO, right? And the entirety of the events, well, okay. To not give anything away, in real life it takes a place in about 4 to 5 years.
And does it
6
in like
years time span.
it does in 1 season.
And no, and they did that. That's across 4 seasons.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But that means that the characters had time to progress and develop.
Yeah, no, like I'm being dead ass
New
here.
characteristics.
My Hero Academia
It's crazy.
has so much fucking filler, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, the stupid
still
thing
not
is,
the
they
king,
don't
but-
learn.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally dead ass. Like, one episode of tragic events will happen, the next episode picks up 2 days later, and it's like, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'll
Man.
admit, like, My Hero Academia isn't the only anime to go kind of in that tension rate of like slow as shit. Like, I'll admit, Attack on Titan does the same thing. The first 3 seasons are all within 6 months. But the way it tells
don't
the
even
story.
Talk to me about that stupid show, bro.
Which one?
That show just makes me angry. The Attack on Titan.
That's
all right,
fair.
I understand. I don't hate anyone that likes that show. But how? How can you actually? How can A1 Studio or A10 Studios, whatever the fuck, grab a fan base by the balls so much, bro? Like the way they're releasing this final season is ridiculous.
Well, you know why they're doing it, right?
Of course, I know why they're doing it. I know what's coming. We won't. Again, if you haven't read the manga or don't know what's about to happen, don't. You
Well,
don't want to.
The reason is the animators.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I will say
It's
the first 3 seasons of that anime take place in like 6 months' time, but the way they do it is honestly pretty good because it doesn't feel like 6 months.
Right.
They have new arcs going left and right,
Mm-hmm.
which is really nice. Like, you know, a bunch of animes know how to do that. But then there's MHA, which just does fucking 1 year in 3 fucking seasons, and I'm like, dude, I could have stood without half the goddamn content from this. Like, none of this was necessary.
I was about to say, and I don't mind slow going animes. That's the thing. People think
either. Your Line April was
now
great.
that I'm like, well, no, here, even further than that. I used to watch the fuck out of Fairy Tail.
That's also
I watched the first 4 seasons back to back to back, all 45 fucking episodes contained in them, and it was good. Do I remember a single fucking thing from it because I binged watched it in freshman year? No, God no. But from what the time it was, I enjoyed it because they kept, even though it was filler, right? And it was just content to keep you busy until the main story picks you up. It was actually interesting, at least some of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're able to do it properly, it's good.
Exactly. It was interesting enough for me to keep watching until I stopped.
But yeah. And I mean, jumping back to like the topic at hand real quick. I will say when it comes to it, like, you know, it's just all stuff to consider, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like
overall, it comes down to both parties, right? It comes down to both the creator being able to protect themselves and the viewer and the community, the chatter, the viewer, doing their part,
willing to be respectful.
And true, and even that, even guaranteeing their own safety. Yeah. Because here's the thing.
No,
You walk into the wrong. I'm serious. If you walk into the wrong streamer's house, right? Say they live in a state like Florida or Texas, and you come into their house at like the middle of the night, they legally can kill you.
Stand your ground laws like pretty much allow murder.
I don't think you understand that. You are a stranger. They legally can kill you.
Like the thing is like it's stand your ground laws. You don't even have to be armed. You could be looking like the most harmless motherfucker. They could shoot you and be fine.
If you're trespassing, they can kill you. It's that simple. I don't like. I'm not saying.
But I mean, it's even that.
If you go to a streamer's house, and I'm not claiming that if you go to a streamer's house,
they're gonna
kill you. That's 99% of the time, no. But I mean, the off chance that they don't expect you, you don't know. You don't know what could happen.
But I mean, it's even then. Like, what people have to remember is it doesn't even need to be in like a stand your ground state. It could be anywhere. Like, you could straight up walk, like, California, not a stand your ground state. But here's the thing. You could walk into a streamer's house in LA and someone's fight or flight instinct could kick in. Next thing you know, they're coming at you with a knife. Because you're in their house. Like, you have no fucking idea what's going to happen. So it's like, it's about, like, here's the thing. Yes, there are some, like, people who mean to mean harm to the streamer. There's also just some, like, poor fucking idiots out there who don't understand the fact that the streamer's not your friend. So, like, you know, going after their house is a bad idea. You may have fine intentions. Creepy as shit, not okay, but you may not have ill intent upon the streamer. But they don't know who the fuck you are. You walk into their house, for all they know, they're going to have a fight or flight instinct, and they're just going to try and fucking kill you or something.
Exactly.
Because they're fearing for their own life. But I mean, there is one more thing I want to add to this.
Yeah. What's that?
Friends of content creators.
Oh
Fix your
God. Woo!
goddamn language. I mean this so sincerely. Actually, no, I mean this in like the most annoyed way possible. As somebody who has literally almost had my location on multiple occasions doxxed by fucking friends of mine, pick your fucking words. You can talk about whatever you want when you're in private with the streamer, or if you're amongst friends or something, with the streamer, and the streamer has said it is okay. Do not, and I mean do not ever go into a public Twitch chat, public Discord, fucking whatever, and say, oh, like, and say the streamer said, oh, I went to a local shop or something, and they said, oh, the one by X, because I had someone do that. I said I went to a fucking, like, hardware store, and someone in my Discord went ahead and said, oh, did you go over to this? And I had to delete that message so fast, because the thing they said was a local shopping center half a mile from me.
Yep.
Anybody,
Yeah.
first of all, if I were a femme presenting streamer, anybody who has ill intent suddenly knows a half-mile radius of where I live. Secondly, they know a place that I frequent. And third, they will now know that a shop there is a place I went to. Because say there's one hardware store in that area. Now, you've just given them 3 pieces of information. It's a place close to me, it's a place I go to, and it's a hardware store. So what can said person do? Like any other stalker, they can sit at a coffee shop or near that hardware store in a random area for
And just
weeks and just wait. And the second they spot said streamer, guess what? They are following them
Even
home.
that.
And that streamer may not even realize it. Or, you know, worst case scenario, they may follow that streamer until they're in an unpopulated area. Or just even approach them at the store themselves. Like, that's a best case scenario if they approach them at the store right then and there. Because you want to know why that's best case? There are people around. If there are no people around, you have just single-handedly put that entire person's life in danger.
I was about to say, back when I was in high school, I actually had this issue one time when I was streaming. I was wearing I used to be in my high school band, like the marching band. And I was wearing a shirt that had our name on it. It had our band name on it. So it said Blue Coat Regiment, right?
Yes.
But none of us it had nothing about the school. Right? It said nothing about the town name I lived in or anything. So I just let it go, right?
Yeah.
One of the people that I knew in high school came in chat and went, "Hey, why are you wearing our high school shirt on stream? Why would you say that in chat?" I had to, again, like Lucy said, delete it so fast because now they can just put 2 and 2 together, Blue Coat Regiment High School, and now they know my exact high school I go to.
And your
every
exact
day from
location
8 to
5
3
days of the
a.m.
week. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, anybody can wait outside of a high
And you
school.
know I'm in the band. And you know I'm in the band, so I go to every single band event. You can look at all of that is public. All of it.
And no, and another
Like-
thing too, if it's stuff like that too, anyone can easily find out a full name, shit like that. It's like, okay, well, fuck.
And that's true. And here's the thing: it not only endangers the streamer, it endangers the person that said it because now they know that they're also in the area as well.
Yeah, but it's like it's just that whole thing of that, and I mean, it's just insane that people don't think before they fucking say shit.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
a secondary thought to this. I don't know what it was.
Oh no. We're talking about we need hello brain.
It was about
Our brain is
like close
short-circuiting?
friends doxing
Yeah,
people.
close friends and doxing us.
Fuck, what was it?
We were talking about how
I mean, I'm sure
we
it'll come back to me,
didn't-
but like, for example, this was another
Yeah.
thing of mine that happened. Oh no, I remember what it was now. Okay, so
There you
this
go.
actually happened to me like 2 weeks back. So this is very recent. I'm not gonna say who did it, but I mistakenly doxed myself on stream. And I mean, this will happen from time to time. A content creator will mistakenly say something they shouldn't. And it happens.
Right,
Like, we're human. But I was reading a work email on stream, and it was an invite to like our holiday party, which is happening like soon. And without thinking, I read out the name of my company. And I immediately shut myself up, walked away. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. And it should be nothing more than that, right? Like, like everyone with common sense is going to ignore a moment like that.
Yeah.
2 days later, I found 3 clips of it.
Yep.
3 clips of me doxing my place of employment, which, mind you, if I still worked for CVS, I wouldn't care. Like, do you know how many CVSs there are in my city, let alone the goddamn country? You'll never find me. But like,
Right, yeah.
the company I work for is a local company. There are 11 stores total. 10 of which, or sorry, 12 stores total. 11 of which are all in the Bay Area.
Yep.
They are all, you could drive to every single one of them in about 6 hours.
Yeah, for sure. It's. I just think that, like, if you're close to a streamer and stuff like that, or content creator, just please be careful what you say.
Honestly, yeah. But like, also
what
don't
you can say is very revealing.
Yeah.
And
Also, just
also
don't
don't
clip
clip it.
or like don't clip or screenshot anyone like accidentally
No.
leaking something, because like it's not okay. Like
It's
every
not.
store that like our 12th store is in Orange County, I'll admit, but everybody knows I don't fucking live in LA. So it's like,
Yeah.
all someone has to do is get to the Bay Area, drive to every 11, like every store, 11 stores. They just need to know the day I work, which is pretty normal because I don't stream on those days. And all they have to do is know which place I work at. They have 8 hours to drive from store to store. And looks like they walked into the right one.
Which may sound crazy to a normal person.
People have done it.
They're not thinking. They're not thinking.
People have
They're
done
not
it.
thinking like a normal person.
They're not a normal person. That's the thing. Like,
Most
people
of the
have done it.
Most of the time, these people are either, I would say, ignorant or mentally ill.
They're deranged or they're ignorant.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard stories.
I've heard of innocent stories, right? Of just like someone found a streamer's address and just came to their house and was like, "Hey, man, I just want to hang out."
Yeah.
I thought, cool, but like he was like, "No, you need to get away from my house.
Yeah,
This is
like,
not cool, man.
I'll admit,
You
there's
need to
things.
never do this again."
Yeah, but I mean, there's also people with much more ill intent if, like, you stupidly leak someone's address or something like that. Like, take Dr. Disrespect, for example. Somebody shot through his window because they knew his address.
Yeah, and he has children and a wife at the time.
He did, but I mean, even if he didn't, it's still insane. Like, they drove by his house and shot through the window he was streaming in.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
And like, it's just the fact
ridiculous.
that people are so careless around creators and celebrities. Just anybody who's regarded as a public figure, people are so careless about
Because
it.
again,
it's just like,
people they don't think of them as human beings.
no, they
That's why.
don't. They don't treat them like humans, and it's insane to me.
No,
that
they
don't.
put everyone on this pedestal, but at the end of the day, dude, we're human.
Like, they throw them
You
up there
could do
like
the
they're
same
like
thing.
they're gods.
You could do the same thing, but either you didn't get the right opportunities or you didn't work hard enough. It's just that simple.
But they treat
That's
them
just the
like
way life
gods,
goes.
and it's just like, it's terrifying because once they start treating them like that, it's going to go to hell because they're like, okay,
Yeah.
this person's basically like a god. I'm gonna like meet them, and it's like, okay, run into them at a convention or something. Don't stalk them, please.
Mm-hmm.
But like, even then, like,
Right.
if you're running into a convention, just be normal about it.
Yeah, please.
Like,
Just they're normal human beings. Don't go up to a streamer and start. I understand if you're socially awkward, that's different, right?
I mean, it's okay to be awkward.
Most streamers are actually accompanied to that, right? They're accompanied to the fact that that some of their viewers may be socially awkward, that they listen. A lot of YouTubers know their clientele, okay?
I mean, hell, some streamers are also socially awkward.
Exactly. I was about to say.
Like, I'll admit, I've been recognized by somebody I didn't know one time in my life. And I'm a socially awkward person, for those who don't know. I'm one of those creators who just is very awkward in social interactions. And it was an Apex match. And I load in, and this dude just says, "Yo, is that the real LuciKOH?" and I'm sitting there. I have
Yeah.
no idea what to say. So I'm just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I am. And the dude was like, dude, I watched your Outlast series. It was great. And I was like, thanks. And we were dead silent the rest of the game. Nobody said another word. Like, trust me. As nervous as you might be meeting a content creator, trust me, some of them are just as nervous of being like run up to. So like all you have to do is treat them like a person. Just be respectful about it. Like, you know,
Yep.
walk up
That's
to them
all.
like you would any other random stranger, to be honest. Like, you know,
Just say, hey, I'm a fan of your content. And I appreciate what you do, and move on.
yeah,
That's it.
like literally. I'll tell you this right now.
Like,
For those who know Scotty 407, uh
Mhm.
SwitchCon 2018, I met him for the first time. I just spotted him as I was walking by, and I walked up. He was having a conversation with a friend of mine and someone else, and I just kind of stood there for the conversation for a little bit. I didn't interrupt. Like, don't interrupt their conversations until one of them glanced over at me and like they paused, and I was like, "Hey, you mind if I just grab a photo real quick?" And yeah, they were chill with it. I did it. I talked to him for a second, and I said I was like, "All right, have a great day," and I left. They continued their conversation.
Yeah. That was it.
Like it's so simple to just be respectful. Like just at the end of the
Indeed.
day, like, you know, if you're planning on being creepy towards a creator trying to date them, don't. It's not going to work. And I mean, if you're a friend or a fan, just don't clip anything that don't clip anything that is accidentally doxing. If you're a friend, don't say anything that could be damning, even if you don't think it is. Just ask the streamer first or just don't say it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
if it's a popular landmark, like, you know, I don't know, say a creator lives in San Diego and they're like, oh, a friend was like wanted to say, oh, I was in the San Diego Zoo. It's probably fine. Like, you know, if people know what city the creator's in, San Diego Zoo is a fucking landmark, all right? Everybody
Yeah, it's
knows
a
what it
public
is,
place.
all right? Yeah. Like giant public
Seeing a
places are
person,
okay. Like, you know,
like seeing a content creator in a public place, like Lucy was saying, is okay, and saying hello to them in the right situations is okay. But if you
yes.
see them having like a conversation with somebody, right?
Wait
Like
till it's
maybe
over.
one of their friends around them. Either wait until it's over, or if you can't find the right opportunity, don't.
Yeah,
It's just that simple.
literally. Like, and also, please, God, don't do this. Do not follow a creator until they're done with their conversation.
Do not follow them. Don't do that.
Like, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you can avoid it, just try not to interrupt. But also, a creator is rarely gonna get mad at you for interrupting a conversation. They are definitely gonna get mad at you for following them.
Following them, exactly.
Like, it's kind of a which is worse scenario. Do I like interrupt a conversation for 30 seconds to say hi and grab a photo? Or do I follow them for 5 minutes until they stop talking? And
Right.
I can tell you from personal experience, being followed for 5 minutes would definitely piss me off more than having my conversation interrupted.
For sure. So I
But-
think the last thing to wrap this up with to talk about would probably be stream sniping. I've seen this more.
Absolutely.
I've seen this happen more recently with the streamer that I watch.
IRL
He
streamers
goes-
as well.
Yeah, I was about to say he was IRL streaming at the time. His name is Sea Dog or Connor Dog. He was streaming him walking around. He lives in Japan, right? So he was walking around with his friend going to a bar, right? He has
Somebody hunted him
had
down.
multiple stream snipers, right? And now 90% of the interactions go, hey Connor, what's up? Nice stream. And that's it. And they move on with their days, or Connor will say something to them, and because they're being nice, right?
Yeah. Like,
They're like,
here's
hey,
the
here's
thing.
stream or something like that. But there are also cases where there was this one guy where Connor was in the middle of eating at the middle of a restaurant, and he just came up to the guy, hey guys, hey, what's going on? Can I sit here with you? And he's like, no. Can you fuck off?
Yeah.
I'm trying to eat here. and no one gave him shit for it, because it's like, bro,
You don't do that.
Spence in the middle of his meal. Leave him alone.
I mean, even if he wasn't, like, this is something to remember. Do not stream snipe somebody like if they're an IRL streamer or anything like that. Just don't. But like if you happen to be walking by and you see him, say hi. Like that's fine. But don't like actively look at their stream and be like, "Oh, they're on they're on Kingston Yarra
they're
Avenue or
on-
whatever."
Yeah,
And
they're
then
on Kingston
gun
here
after
Avenue in
them.
Donaldson. No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
That's just terrible. But I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah. I mean, overall,
Do
just
you got anything else?
a few recaps. Like, if you're a community member, don't clip anything. Just let like, mods, creators handle things. Let people who work with the creator handle things. Don't do anything, so that could put them in jeopardy. If you're a friend, just don't use common sense. Don't say anything stupid in a public area. Like, please. And I mean, that goes for fans too. If you guys ever meet a creator in a public area, don't ever say where you met the creator, because you have no idea how close that is to their house. Like,
Yeah, and
they could live a block from a shopping center. They could be walking home, and you could be like, "Oh, I met them in, in X shopping center," and it's like, okay, cool. They live 2 blocks from there. Everybody's gonna flood that area, and they're going to be doxxed.
Exactly.
So, like, you could just say you met them.
I think we can make a second episode on this.
Absolutely.
But instead of the topic of creator safety, I think creator abuse is also a good topic.
We should do a follow-up
Not only
episode on
that,
creator abuse.
not only that, but like moderation abuse and stuff like that. I think that's also a pretty big problem in the online space.
Next episode.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. We will definitely. I'll write it in the notes right now.
Bet. So yeah, we'll do a second part of this at some point soon. And it'll be on like creator abuse, moderation abuse, and so forth. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're a creator, just like think before anything happens. Like, be prepared. Keep yourself safe, because people are deranged on the internet. If you're a community member, just don't do anything to put the creator in jeopardy. And same goes for friends. And I mean, if you're one of the creepy ass people, just fucking don't.
Yeah, it's just not cool, man.
Just walk into solitary confinement. All right, like it's already there waiting for you. You're gonna go there anyways. But yeah, as always, that's about all we got.
Episode.
Yeah, as
sorry,
always,
this episode's a little scuffed. We're
we're under the weather, but we did hit our hour mark.
I was about to say we did actually last an hour. We said we'd cut it short, but
I didn't think I was gonna make it. I'm surprised I did. Yeah. As always, we do hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be seeing you all in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, follow the podcast, and send it to your friends.
Whatever the button is.
Whatever the button is, and whatever platform you're looking on, send it to your friends. We want to gather some more people on this. We want to do some more stuff. And I mean, hell, maybe we could follow like this episode about creator safety and creator abuse up. We could follow it up with like, interviewing a couple creators about their experiences.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it'd be helpful to give like an actual detailed account of like, hey, this is what people have fucking experienced on a result of people doing stupid shit. But yeah,
I might have an idea. We'll see.
But we'll talk about it after. But yeah, as always, we hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be seeing you in another 15 days for our 32nd episode on the end of March. It is March, right? Yeah, it is March.
Yeah.
Yeah. As always, we hope you all enjoyed, and we'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace out.
See ya.